Okay, I'm pretty sure this is working. So today's a new angle for this because my stand that I usually use for the camera is officially destroyed. So I have a new way of doing this, and I can't really show you what it looks like because I don't have a backup camera for this. So you're just going to basically see, you're going to see all this. Long story short, this is my normal stand. I don't know if you can see it from here because even I can't see the angle. And the problem is, this little part right here won't stop spinning, and it usually tightens it. So, I'm going to have to get a new stand shortly, and that's okay. But I figured let's do this tonight from a different angle. And I was going to tape it to the fridge, because this is on the other side of the fridge. But I don't want it to fall down because part of the screen on my phone is already cracked. Still works great, by the way. It's cracked a little bit, and I didn't want it to crack it more on accident. So, we're going to do breakfast for dinner tonight, or Brinner, again. And because I have the diet of a 5-year-old, it's going to be chocolate chip pancakes again. Probably this will be the last Brinner we do for a little while, just because. Next week, or actually probably next episode, we'll move on to something else. But in the meantime, welcome to a different angle. I hope you can see this. It looks like you can see this, but like I said, I literally can't see the angle that it's showing me, which is super cool. Now, I don't have a ton of milk left in this because I got a smaller carton this time. I think it's a single carton is what it's called, or an individualized one. Anyways, if I run out of milk, I can just use water because, what's that phrase about improvise, adapt, overcome, or something like that. Anyways, I hope everyone's having a good day today. It is not a Monday. Due to scheduling issues, I decided to move this to not being a Monday. I wanted to make a joke. Not everyone will get this, and that's okay. But there's a joke from the late 90s, early 2000s, even mid 2000s, where it was due to broadcasting schedule issues, the program you were going to watch has been moved to a different time instead, and then it would show you some weird It happened a lot with shows I actually liked, which was really annoying, and I'm happy with that. And then the problem was they would move the show from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m., and it was a school night, so I couldn't stay up that late. So, Anyways. So I'm thinking of, I gotta spray this before it gets too hot and catches fire from spraying it, because I'm smart like that. So I will probably, I have good news / an update / other things. The first one is going to be, let me put this over here. Right in there will work. Okay, for the record, I don't know if you can see anything. You can't really see past my hand right here. Okay, if you can see anything, I apologize. It's not the cleanest over here. My focus has been distracted on other activities that are very time sensitive, so I've been kind of ooh, first the episode. So I've been kind of distracted and reordering my priorities. So, tonight and tomorrow night, I'm going to be going back to clean. But I wanted to get this in tonight. So a couple fun things. It's really important when where you live sends an email out that you follow through with that email. Because I oopsied, and it's completely my fault, because I got some dates mixed up and completely forgot. And so On Monday, actually, I was in another room and I hear, "Hello, is anyone home?" And I'm like, I am not answering a door. I do not care. Do not talk to me. As many of you know, I'm an introvert. I don't generally like going out that much. So I was like, what's that? It's that Tyrannosaurus rule from Jurassic Park. If I stay really still, will they not notice me and they'll go away? Ironically, no. And so this person keeps going, "Hello, is anyone home?" And I'm like, "No, please no, go away." Then I hear a sound from the back, and I'm like, okay, this isn't good. So I go to investigate, and I see this guy, and he is, now, I have a deck in the back, and it's about 4 feet probably off of the ground. And I'm like, okay, nice. And what he did was he jumped up on top of the deck and closed my deck door because I forgot there was power washing going on Monday. So that was a very oopsies moment of I should have closed the door and I should have brought my deck chairs in, and I didn't. And I don't know what they put in that stuff that they sprayed, but let me tell you, it's I think they bleached something because so the chairs, to my knowledge, are fine. The covers to the chairs are now stained. But also, for those of you who don't know, I have very bad sinuses for certain things. Like, if people wear perfumes or colognes around me, I have a bad time. If you've ever gone to the mall and, like, they have that perfume area, I cannot walk through there and make it out without, like, super, like, red eyes. Like, it's just not a good time for me. And I have the door open because I like to get some fresh air, but we all know I don't like to go outside for most of the time. And my eyes are, like, absolutely having a bad time. And it gets so bad that I have to... I have a hose because I don't have a hose outlet, or I forget what it's called, but a spigot. I don't have a spigot on the outside, but I have to take a bowl, fill it with water, and like throw it out onto my deck several times because the smell of whatever, it must have been bleach, but whatever cleaner they used was so strong that my eyes were literally burning as I was inside. Even with the door closed, I was like, this is not a good time. So I spent a little while doing that. And that was not fun. And also, like I said, the chairs didn't get ruined, but the covers of the chairs got ruined. And I could have avoided that had I moved the chairs inside or had I said hello to someone. So, oopsies on me. That's a really good consistency like 30 seconds ago. No, I don't. Let's try adding a little more. Maybe. Let's see. Next fun thing. Excuse me. If anyone, no, let me rephrase that. Let me restart that sentence. I am looking for, I think I've talked about this before, I am looking for a certified used car. If you're watching this and you've never bought a car before, oh my gosh. I am looking for a new car. Because the one I drive, it's doing great. It's getting to be that time, if you know what I mean. And brief story. I put a lot of money into this thing last year, and it hit 100,000 recently, which is awesome because I just enjoy that. But it is falling apart, and it's not having a good time. And like last year, there was a part where my steering was so awkward that I physically had to turn my body to steer the car to the left. The car was going to the right was fantastic, but going to the left, not so good. Turns out that some hose had like broken and shattered, and all of the power steering for one side not only was broken, but had like descended upon part of the engine, which had ruined part of the engine. And I'm just listening to them going, I'm like, okay, just tell me, how much is it going to cost, and is it going to be safe to drive? They're like, technically you can drive it. It's going to cost a lot of money. So now it's not fun. So I'm currently in the on the hunt for a certified used car that I think I drive a Ford. I don't really know the car I drive because cars go vroom. Cars get you from one spot to another, and they go vroom. And so I am looking for a car with good cargo space. And the only other really big thing is like all cars at this point have almost the exact same technology. Let's be real. They all have a screen in the front. They all have GPS. They all have everything. My two biggest wants/wishes/needs for a car are remote start, because I don't know if you've noticed this, but it can be like negative 20 degrees sometimes, and I do not like I don't like waiting in a car for it to warm up, but I also just, if I get in the car, I just want to go. So if I have remote start, I can hit it, it can start, and then I can leave. And yeah, so remote start, and then I do have a price and a mileage in mind, but I'm hoping to find one soon because, again, let me tell you, car shopping is not a good time. I've been looking at all car models that are close to what I have right now, and it's like something almost like, I was thinking like a Ford Bronco also, something like that. I am not a luxury person. I think everyone knows that at this point. But I'm looking for space to transport things. So like not, I don't think it's like a sedan, but like I would take a SUV or minivan any day of the week. I don't care. So that is a good chunk of right now, is trying to find a certified used car. Okay, that's a lot of chocolate chips, but that's okay. I don't know if you can see that. I don't think you can. Let's see, can you see that? I don't think so. Anyways, so yeah, looking for a used car right now. It is nice outside, so again, if you are watching this live, thank you. As always, please forget to like and subscribe, because I don't do this for the clout or the likes or anything else. I do this for fun, to get better at cooking, and because life is not a human highlight reel and we all make mistakes. I think it's important for everyone to see how we make mistakes. Hey, not bad. I think so I'm going to go back to steak for the next meal. I don't think you can see me from where I'm... Can you see me from where I'm standing? I don't think so. I'm going to go back to steak, potatoes, and broccoli for the next meal. And I'll go from there. just because steak has been something I want to conquer for a while, and I want to figure out different ways to do it than just let's char the ever-loving life out of this thing and make it so that it's a literal barbecue brick or a grill brick or whatever those charcoal things are called. I don't know if you know the joke, but it goes like, I've seen it's like rare, medium, well done, and then like the next level is congratulations, and it's like completely like a hockey puck, basically. I'm going to wipe that off so no one gets annoyed by the fact that there's pancake batter dripping ever closer to the stovetop, because I know some of y'all and some of y'all would not like that. What else? So yeah, probably soon to be doing steak, and that'll be live leftovers this week, so I don't know, I'll figure something out. I might start going, like, not every other, but something or other. Other fun things. I thought I owned the video game. I do not own the video game, considering I looked everywhere I could for it. It's not in my video game or movie stash, which is weird, because I don't remember giving this game away or selling it. So I had to order it, because no one around had it, and it is unfortunately a fairly not recent game, because video games move... Was that a voice crack? Video games move a lot quicker than I'd like them to. The next game I will be, quote-unquote, speedrunning is going to be NCAA 13, or 14, whatever the most recent edition is. I'm not doing the EA football one. I'm doing the, the 14 one. And I'll be doing, I got most of it down, so it's going to be just 1 year. I know I'm probably not going to make the championship in 1 year, but I have a list of goals that I want to hit in that 1 year. I'm going to be playing probably as the Rice Owls, which I'm pretty sure that's the mascot. I was trying to think of what team to use, but I didn't want to use... I'm obviously not going to use a Power 4 team. And then I have done Dynasty modes with some other teams, and I didn't want to play against them in their conferences. So I did have to look up a few, and like I didn't want to do, like, the obvious one that most people do is Akron, the Akron Zips, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to do a team from the MAC. So probably going to be doing Rice, and then I will have my list of goals on the live stream and on everything else. There's a lot of specific goals I have every year for any time I play a season, because I have a very specific way of playing it. So that should start. That's coming supposedly on Saturday. So that should start Saturday. It might start Sunday. We will see. But that should be our next live stream. After that, I don't know. I'll see. If you would like to see me live stream a game, that you should comment on, because I am curious. And let's move that away from something that might be heated. Well, something that is heated. But yeah, I'm curious about what game to live stream. And then, as we're cooking, I don't always give out, like, hey, go follow this person, or go do this person, for several reasons. One of them is I am really big on, I need to believe in the cause and the person in order to do that. And sometimes people will just do things for the likes or the subscriptions or whatever, and people aren't actually doing it because they want to. Or it's because it's popular for a moment and then they are done. I'm going to, I don't want to say beg, but I'm going to heavily suggest, let me pour this first. What do you say? Alright, I'm going to turn the batter away from me all this time so that you can't see as it drips down. That's actually a lot more than I wanted it to. I messed that one up pretty bad. I'm usually much better at that. Wow, that's not good timing at all. there is a YouTuber that I follow who does things on professional sports, which, if you know me, you know my feelings about that. So it might come as a shock to some of you. His name is Tom Grossi, spelled Tomgrossi. Grossi. He does... Oh, don't do that. He does a lot of charity events for St. Jude's and other... And I've talked about... words are good. I've talked about him before on this channel. He does a lot of charity events for charities that meet certain standards. Like, they have to meet, like, a AAA rating on whatever it is. He's done Fallen Patriots before. He's done Undue Medical Debt, where... I don't remember. They buy medical debt from people on the dollar, or like pennies on the dollar, so that it's not as bad. Or I'm not going to say it wrong, so I'm not going to say it in general. But he does a lot of charities that only exist in the AAA rating or however they rate charities. And his biggest ones are, he does 3 years ago he did a domestic tour of hitting all NFL stadiums in the United States in 30 days. And he raised a ton of money. And the whole point, he calls it chaotic good, and the whole point is he does it without telling said charity that he's doing it for them, because he doesn't want to put any undue pressure on anyone. He is currently in like the first third of doing 30 and 30 part 2, as he calls it. Part 2. And he's doing it a little differently this year, or this time. And the amount, like, he has fundraising events, milestones set up. And one of them was when he was in, was it Seattle? Wherever was the Space Needle you can jump off of? Seattle, I guess. No, he did it in Las Vegas. That one, I think it was, that Space Needle. He jumps off of it, and his whole thing is for the kids. And his whole, like, he jokes about, like, I'm terrified to do it, but if it's for the kids to raise charity, I will do whatever it takes. And, which is incredibly awesome. So far, he announced that he was doing the stadium tour, and before they even, when he opened up the donations, which was before he released the first video, within like a day they had raised, I think it was high 5, low 6 figures. Might have been 4 to 5 figures. And I think it was high 4, low 5 figures. And then he also, the way he's setting it up is you can donate through your team, because he wanted to figure out a way for teams to battle each other. They couldn't do it, obviously, during the football season because of everything he does during the football season for the NFL. So you can donate through your preferred football team. And it's so cool to watch. They have raised a ton of money so far, and it's been 1/3 of the trip so far. No, less than 1/3 of the trip. And so far, I believe the Chiefs are winning, and then Green Bay Packers are winning, and then the Denver Broncos, and then the Bengals, and then I forget who's in 5th place, but he does the top 5. And people are just donating tons of money. Yes, I'm going to put the pancakes on. People are donating tons of money, so that their team can be first, / their team isn't last. And all of this is going to St. Jude's Children's Hospital to help them out. And it's incredible. And you can go watch his videos. They are family friendly. He does bleep. He does bleep it out whenever it happens, because when he jumps off the 80-story sky thingy in Las Vegas, he's terrified, and he does bleep it out, but it's family friendly, it always is, because he does believe in having it for all ages and all entertainment. And then he also, per stop, he'll do fan meet events where he'll talk to people, and he's a Green Bay Packers fan, so he wears his Green Bay stuff, but you have people who will the local fans or people who moved but aren't fans of local teams, and he does meet events from like 3 p.m. until he's met everyone. So he will start at like 3, and sometimes he doesn't get done until midnight. And then he has to get up the next day and go fly to another location at like 5 in the morning. He did an international one with a friend, and I should say also another cool thing about this is he's met a few people through these events, and they've never met before. This is the first time they've met, and they just become instant best friends, or within a few moments, a little while, they become best friends, and it's so cool to watch it happen. He did an international tour to a bunch of European soccer stadiums that I think hosted football games, or were planning to, and I haven't really watched that one, but if I was curious, he did, on part 1, he did do, if you can see my face, he did Bill's Mafia, and he did jump through a table. And that was super fun to watch. So, if you get a moment, I think the episodes are like 20 to 30 minutes. Check it out. I think it's 4 episodes out so far. He just chronicled walking the Golden Gate Bridge, which he was like, I didn't realize it was 1.5 miles, so I just walked 3 miles. And it's just really cool. It's a good charitable thing, and watching him get to do this and get to celebrate what he loves and cares about, you don't see that. And it's really cool that he gets to be able to do this kind of thing. His occupation is a full-time YouTuber, and he does make a very good living out of being a YouTuber, but he also works a lot. He puts out 1 video per day, which doesn't sound like a whole lot, because I know a lot of people will work more than that. But remember, it's based off views and subscriptions, so he will put out like 1 video every day. During the season, he does a script writing video where he jokingly plans out things. He will talk about the last week of what just happened as if he were still writing it into a script. And so, like, if a team fumbles a bunch of times, which has happened before, he will put into the script as a joke, oh yeah, I don't like that team this week. They lose the ball 5 times. So, if you get a chance, his name is Tom Grossi, and he calls himself the Grossi Posse, or he calls his followers the Grossi Posse. Go check him out. I don't think you'll regret it. I haven't regretted it. I've been following him for a couple of years now. And again, even though he's in the NFL, I find him immensely entertaining. I'm going to get this little part of flour right here because it's annoying me. I don't know if you can see it, but it's annoying me. So yeah. Really good dude. Really good cause. Really funny. He also has, like, his humor is, I appreciate his humor immensely, where it's kind of like, not annoyed humor, but like, why? And I'm entertained by that. That feels good for this one. And we all know that I do not care about the numbers or the clout or anything else, as I keep saying that. I was looking at my analytics, though, recently, because I figured why not. And I should do this in front of the camera, but I can always do that next time. Or I could do it on the taped episode of this week. I do want to thank y'all, because I do, my subscribers jumped again. it make a good hand model from what you're seeing? Would that make a good hand model, do you think? Because hand models for certain things make a bunch of money. I believe gin hand models, whiskey and gin hand models make like $150,000 a year. So, I hope if my hand look good, let me know, and I could maybe like become a hand model. Who knows? So if you can see my face, I'll do it again later. But thank you if you are watching this either live or later on YouTube. As of June 1st, 2026, here's some fun numbers for you. My views, and this is just all of it, so not surprisingly, I do have some videos that have a lot more views than others. Then also some videos that have been around a lot longer than others, and that's okay. But my view count has hit 17,000, which is awesome. My subscriber count has gone from 78 to 81 to 78 to 81, and then I'm now at 84 subscribers, I think. So thank you for that. Appreciate that immensely. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. As always, you know the joke I always make about forgetting to subscribe, because truly this is not a stay paper towel. I am not looking to do this like as a full-time thing, but I think it's fun to have, and if it provides entertainment for people, awesome. And I mean, again, we all know I'm not perfect, so thank you for joining me for the videos. I might use a different knife. I don't not like that one. I just don't want to use that one, I don't think. Let's do this one. I like this one better. So yeah, thank you if you are subscribed. If you are not subscribed, that's okay. No pressure, no judging. Don't subscribe if you don't want to. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to make food once in a while, hopefully provide some entertainment, play a video game once in a while. And do other things once in a while. If I were to, like, tilt this way slightly, do you think Gatorade would eventually sponsor me and I could get paid retroactively for these videos? That would be funny. Oh, that was a lot more. Dang it. Okay, cool. Let's see what else. It is a nice day out today. I'm excited to go out and read slightly later. As many of you know, I have... If you look at the thumbnail from last week, I think it is, the thumbnail has me doing the lean forward posture where I am showing how burnt I am after a parade and being outside for 20 minutes. So, I think I've told y'all this before, but let's not have that far. I would like to go out in the morning from like 6 until like 9 as I can work it, or like 6 to 9:30 or 10, and then hide indoors for a couple hours while the sun is super bright, and then go back out once the sun shifts over and I can be in the shade again, because I don't like the sun. The sun is mean to me, so it works out sometimes that way. I also don't like staying up late anymore. If I could, I'd get up at 5 a.m. every day, because I do enjoy 5 a.m. It is an immensely fun time. If you've never done that, I would definitely suggest to do 5 a.m. You can get so much more done you don't realize it. So the earth is much more peaceful at 5 a.m. It's much more quiet at 5 a.m. And politely, you don't get distracted at 5 a.m. We are about to wrap this episode up. If you had fun, thank you very much. I hope this is working. If you stayed for the entire time, thank you. If you came back and watched later, thank you again. Or thank you as well, I should say. And A picture will be up shortly of this, and yeah. I put a little bit too many chocolate chips in here because I picked a few too many out last time. And that's okay. Remember, we don't judge here. I could burn everything and still no judging. I haven't had to call 911 yet, which is always a plus. That would honestly kind of not be... Could you imagine if while I'm doing one of the live episodes, I just, like, have a really bad time and someone has to call 911 for me? That would not be good. At all. So there's a little more smoke from there than I wanted, but that's okay. This will go on the bottom. And then here. And then this will go here. Yeah, let's put that right there. Alright. Thank you as always for joining me. I hope you had a good time. And thanks for making dinner with me, or Brinner. And I will post a picture of it, but until next time, thanks for joining.